What's up, guys? This is Clyde here, giving you another video again. What I got here is this is a external regulator kit that I got from Quick Start High Output Alternators. I got it on eBay from Alternator Man. I guess he's distributing this Quick Start High Output Alternator kit. This is made for Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles, because I guess the regulators on the Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles are regulated by the computer. It's a separate circuit on the computer of the car which regulates the voltage for the alternators. Separate circuit, but I guess a lot of people are having problems that that regulator circuit just craps out on the computer, and then they have to change the whole entire computer, but everything else working good except for that circuit. So they came up with this kit right here, so you can avoid replacing your computer by just using this kit to externally regulate the voltage of the alternator right there. Just wire it up. You can adjust it. It's adjustable. You have the adjustment knob in the back there. But when you're adjusting the voltage, this has to be installed, and you have to have the wiring kit wired to the alternator. You have to have a ground wire grounded to one of these bolts here, one of these back bolts, and you have to have this, I guess, off, but you have to have a nut and bolt in there to grounding this regulator to the alternator itself. Everything has to be hooked up, and you have to have it turned backwards so you can adjust the screw and have a multimeter hooked up to the alternator, so you can see the voltage as you're adjusting this regulator. And for me, I'm gonna adjust it to 14.8, so that is about the safest voltage that you can set it at for without damaging the batteries or electronics. So I'm gonna set it to 14.8 volts. I have to have it. I'll probably use a nut and bolt to just have the ground wire grounded for ground this regulator to the alternator itself while it's hooked up and running, and adjust the knob and look at the multimeter while it's connected to the alternator, so I can set my voltage. Because if you don't have this grounded to the alternator, then you just have the reading. I guess you wouldn't have the right reading, and probably the reading would just be way off. Probably just be extremely high reading, because this thing is supposed to be grounded to the housing of that alternator as you're adjusting it, and it has to be grounded at all times when it's mounted to the vehicle too. So yeah, you just won't get the right reading. It just would be sky high. You'll have a sky high reading on that alternator. The reading would just be extremely high because you didn't have it grounded to the alternator grounded to this regulator while you was adjusting it. So but that's what you have to do when you hook up this kit. And this kit is for Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles, but you could actually use it for any other alternator if you have an external, if it's externally regulated and your regulator craps out on you, so you can actually use this kit also. Doesn't have to be only for Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles. So yeah, this has that Transpol brand external regulator. Comes with a wiring kit and a small little module right there. It's to prevent the check engine light from coming on in the engine, the charging light. You have that, because without that small little gold module thing in there, it triggered the light to go on in the gauge, in the dash instrument cluster. The battery light will come on, and I guess the voltage, probably the voltage needle might be off, because it's not gonna be reading anything, I guess. But anyways, yeah, that's the kit I got. I got that kit when I hooked this up here, because this is gonna be charging with it hooked up. Without this kit here, I have it hooked up to the computer. The stock charge on it will be only 13.8 volts, or 13.7 to 13.8 volts. So I don't want it charging at that. I want it charging at a higher voltage, so my amplifier puts out the most amount of power. So it's gonna set the voltage at what I said, 14.8 volts, 14.7 to 14.8 volts. So my Crescendo BC 3500 amp will be putting out its full potential of power. Yeah, that's going in. So okay guys, that was my update for today. This is Clyde here, signing off.